Live stream test, live stream test. All right, I'm testing out the live stream. Let me know where you're watching from, because what I'm trying to do is see if people can join the live stream with the link that I have. So I put live stream test link. I'm going to try to put them in all of the different places this is streaming. If you're available with nothing to do, click the link so I can see if I can bring you in. If you are able to click the link, click it so I can see if I can bring you in. I'm testing the live stream. If you don't see a link, let me know. Live stream test. I'm putting a link. If you got nothing to do, click the link so I can see if I can bring you up without an issue, if it's seamless. This out. See, how do I paste? May not be able. If you're watching this and you see a live stream link, click on that so I can see if it's easy to bring somebody up that clicks on the link. If it's easy and it's not an issue. If you see the live stream link, click on it so I can see if I can bring you up. Gonna be going live on a regular basis very soon. I see some lights, I see some hearts. So I guess that means you can see me, you can hear me. But if you're not shy, if you're not scared, click on the link and see if I can bring you up inside of the live stream. Let's see. But while we're waiting, let's see, what do we have? Is there anything we can talk about? See what it's like to do one of those reactions. Let's see. How does this work? Everybody too shy to click the link, or maybe the link isn't working. If you tried to click the link, but it didn't bring you to a place where I could bring you on the live, let me know. I know a lot of y'all are camera shy. I'm gonna try to do one of those reaction videos. Oh, Lateef. Hey man, see.
Man, you made it complicated. That ain't Facebook Live. You got to explain to people that there's a link up there.
Keith. So all right, so Lateef, so you do this on the by the way, Lateef, this is Keith. One of my peers.
You're listening to yourself. We're hearing the audio reverb.
Oh, okay. So I guess I gotta put the headphones on. Is that how it works?
No, I think it's me too. I think I have my Facebook, so I'm gonna close that. And then it's better now. Now talk. Let's see.
Okay, am I coming in straight?
Sweet.
Perfect. Man, I appreciate it, Lateef. Hey, Lateef, you came up in conversation the other night. So let me ask you, hey Keith, what's up? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you just fine, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey Lateef, this is Keith. Keith, this is Lateef.
Nice to meet you. All right.
Lateef, he makes the systems and marketing easier for contractors. And I think I don't know if you still piloting public adjusters too.
Mm-hmm.
And Keith, he's a manager of carrier affiliates. I don't know how your title is, but Keith, he's somebody he does a lot over there in Atlanta. I don't know if I should share it. Let me know.
You said it just fine. You can leave it right there, but you said it just fine.
Perfect. Hey, Lateef, so you came up in conversation. Is it still something that you offer to people who want to visit your office, that you have somewhere for them to stay?
Actually, today we have customers coming up. We're welcoming Lightning Exteriors. They're just flying in now. I just sent a car to go pick them up. So we got the welcome board out. Lightning Exteriors, drafted it up for them. They're coming to visit our offices here in Guadalajara. You can see. Mm-hmm. This is some of my office. This is some of my office. We got a bar. I just installed the back of the bar. I got to build the front of the bar. So still working on it. A company name like Boss Up Solutions, we got to have a bar for reception, we decided. So this is my swing. This is the bar. This is the office. I don't know if you've ever been in here, but, well, you guys haven't, but.
Oh, no.
This is my production room. It's lunchtime. Production room. My telephone booths, I put that up there for those loud mouths that just talk too loud. Xactimate. I got 6 level 3 certified architects. I got my marketing department for videos and marketing. I got my claims department where they call claims and work on that. We're at lunch. Mm-hmm. Training center. Be a little pour through. I'm gonna use Ram Man's audience and show them what we got. So this.
Oh no, do that, please. Because if and let me know if these dates are available. But I want to come up if it's available sometime in March, and I want to bring one of my. He's a content creator also for the industry. His name is Danny Emmanuel. Yeah. We were just talking about it. I said Lateef said if we ever want to come visit his office, he has a place for us to stay.
Come on down, man. I got the collections room here. We got outdoors. Like literally, this is part of my team sitting here having their nasty McDonald's. Let's not make fun of them for that. But.
Oh yeah,
McDonald's, really?
Yeah.
McDonald's have
on diets and shit.
We are. Not today.
What is he? Yeah, every time. Not today.
McDonald's have like that Pavlov's dog effect, right? To where before you eat it, just because they beat it into us as children, you start salivating. but then after you eat it, it's the equivalent of being covered in
Man,
drool.
I stopped eating McDonald's probably about 15 years ago. And honestly, I could say in 15 years, I've had it maybe 3 times. And all 3 times I got sick. And I refuse to touch it. But last resort, once in a while, you're just stuck. But that's been it. This is
I think you eat McDonald's every day, right?
my dev room. So he's my
Me?
website
Yeah,
designer.
you're gonna get me on the soapbox, man. Yeah, I don't mess with any of that stuff.
Rand,
Yes,
check it
sir.
out. I got more whiteboard surface than anyone, I promise, in every room.
Oh, now I
got
see you, man.
whiteboards and glass everywhere. Literally whiteboards, glass. And the team needs to rest, right?
Uh-huh.
Check it out. Bunk bed, lounge. Come in here and chill out if you're bored. If you're tired, don't come to me exhausted. Go take a nap and get back out.
And Lateef, I know you keep up with all of your statistics, right?
Mm-hmm.
What have you? Because I know you don't do these office views for nothing. Because I noticed, have you kept up with how much business you get when you do one of these tours like you normally do?
What I get mostly every time somebody finally reaches out to us, because people just try to sell too much, like, hey, buy from me, hey, call me for a PA, right? Like that's the advertisement. I just figure educate people, and when people finally roll around, they've already researched you a little. But most everyone, the first comment I hear is like, man, I've been watching you. I love the culture in your office. And then the conversation continues. And those 2 things tell me that they know me and they know my team. And that means that we're going to have a good relationship, hopefully, because that helps me know that I don't have to sit here and be like, this is who we are. This is what we do. We're 30 some strong. We have this and we have that. Like, that's all stuff that's technical and we want to talk about. But me getting on and being like, guys, we do this for PAs. We do that for PAs. We have this offering. We do this for contractors. We get pitched so damn much, dude. It's annoying as hell. Like, just, hey, tell me something I can use. Tell me who you are. Drop your little thing and be done with it,
Absolutely.
So that's kind of how we work. But we do get, to answer your question directly, to be honest, that non-aggressive, just live, that results in business like crazy for us. I think that's the best way. You're starting to do this live thing. If you're doing the live, if you're bringing value, bringing content, someone's going to ask one day, like, what's that Rand guy do? Sit there, look pretty, and do karaoke. I remember that, but what else? What else can you do? And then that's where the conversation gets going, and then it's interesting. And then you don't have to overcome what I think is the biggest obstacle of like validating yourself, because we buy from people, we don't buy business, we buy from people. So if you like me, trust me, feel good about us, that's the first barrier you have to conquer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the lives really help with that. But if you're out there pitching like a car salesman on your lives, I am buying.
Yeah. Because whenever I refer you to somebody, I don't send them your URL. I send them a link to one of your lives that you posted. Like, I go to your page and I find one of your most recent lives, and then I send that to them. So I think I think it's very valuable. That's why I'm trying to get better at it. Right. Right now, and y'all just help me. Thank you. I've already accomplished my goal of making sure that the links work. But I'm going to get the angles
right, man. Hey, I got on there. I saw 9 minutes of you doing this, and I was like, "What is this guy doing? Let me get on."
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna run. But you make it back to Atlanta, we got to get a workout in, my friend.
Hey, Keith. February 1st through the 3rd. Let me know when you're available.
Get ready. I'm gonna be on the calendar.
All right, appreciate it.
All right,
and I'm gonna let you go.
Take it easy, man.
All right, appreciate it, Keith.
Nice to meet you, Lateef. Bye-bye.
And Lateef, I'm gonna message you and let me know. But March, second week of March sounds good if it works for you.
We're going March. The only thing that I recall that's scheduled is SVG, like one of those weeks, whatever that.
Oh yeah, okay. This is
aside from that, I'm gonna be down here and available. You guys come down. We just had a customer come down. We did some live videos. We filmed a bunch of stuff where my team's cutting it up and turning it into some promo material for them. I don't know if you saw, but we got our live university. So I did a university in English and Spanish for the industry.
Oh, muy bien.
So like Spanish, not me, my Spanish, not going to happen. Right. But I had the team do it. Very cool experience, because like I had to force them to say things that I wanted to say, but they had to learn it. So it's kind of like they had to learn it, but then train it and act like they know it, which they do. But sometimes, some of us don't express what we do. We just do it. So it's kind of hard. Like, what do you do, Rand? And you're like, I'm sure you had that asked to you when you were younger, and you're like, I'm sure you're young now too, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh.
you're younger in the industry, and you were like, and you can't say what you do. And I think one of the practices I teach them here, even the clients come in today, like, hey, your introduction, who you are, what you do, and what you can do for them, like explaining it, like getting that down pat, almost scripting it, but then unscripting it, because then it becomes you. Like if you ask me, hey, Latif, what do you do? I can answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm sitting in an airplane and some guy sitting next to me just goes, hey, what do you do? That's going to turn into a great conversation. If you sure you don't want to take a nap?
Hey, now speaking of that, are you the guy that sparks up a conversation with the person next to them on the plane?
I have this odd thing. All my friends say I could talk to a tree. Like I just, you're like that too. I just sit there and be like, hey, it's not because I'm trying to like sell anything. I just like to know who's around me or whatever. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I was just talking to somebody about that as well, and I think what we agreed on was the etiquette was if you just really want to know who's sitting next to you, a good time to do it is when they're taking the drink and food orders.
Yep.
Right. And then that's you can start a little talk, and then you can go off their energy to know if they want to keep going or let it go. Right.
Yeah. Even if you want to actually spark a conversation, however you open it being the first part, but the next three questions, the next three minutes essentially should be me asking about you.
Yeah.
And if I do that, after that, I can engage as long as I want, and people will work with you. I think when you are like, oh, I do this, me. That's like, all right, dude. And you get somebody who's good, like you and me, like we were talking about, it's gonna be an exchange, boom, boom, boom. And that's fun, that's cool. But sometimes you got to let people get into their comfort zone. So you kind of like, so what do you do? Where do you live? How'd you come about doing that? And that's interesting. Like there's some common words and phrases if you learn. Now we're just gonna have our chat GPTs talk to each other, so it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
They can have a whole conversation. They're gonna have babies. They're gonna get divorced. Everything like right on. Like here, have your chat GPT talk to my chat GPT.
Hey, how is the you launched the marketing side of your business last year, right?
Yep.
How's that going?
Pretty good. I'm actually making Jeanette, who is one of the main girls. She's going to be part owner and CEO of that department. We're just splitting that off. So our marketing, our software, everything's being split off to that side. So that way I can focus a little differently. It's just too difficult with putting it all under one umbrella. So those sister companies will be in one building for a while. We're hoping the other one grows enough where we can move it to a different building. But for the time being, it'll be here. But our goal is to split them off because there's a different audience target that the marketing company can approach that my boss up side cannot. And we kind of restrain it by keeping the boss up side like contractors and PAs only, because we can help. I mean, they can do stuff for anybody. It's pretty awesome stuff.
Oh yeah, man. What I think they say, look-alike business. Like once you figure out the template in one area, you can move it to a whole other area and it not conflict with any of your existing clients in their market.
I got a lot of PAs and contractors that use that part of it, and then they'll come up and they'll be like, I got this side business, or my wife does this thing. And, we started toying with some of those, and I'm like, dude, this is easy for us to do. Actually, honestly, the PAs and contractors complicate it for us because we overthink it because we're in that market. You got a beauty studio and you do blading or whatever. We're doing a site for a lady right now. I mean, hey, easy to knock out, I mean, it doesn't take as much thinking, and my team gets creative. It's fun. I mean, I tell everybody, I get it. It's not easy making roofing look sexy. It's just, it's not exciting and sexy. You know what I mean? But you can do other stuff. So it's kind of cool.
So is it like a one-stop shop, or do you just tell them what to do and they do it, or you tell them what they should do and you can do it?
We do the consulting level first, like, hey, Rand, this is how we're going to make you a public figure. This is what we need to do. This is where you want to get you out. Here's your target audience. Here's a game plan. Now you give me the green light. Now we go to our team and they can actually execute it. So it's not just consulting, which you get a lot. It's actually going and executing, which is kind of, I think, our biggest difference, man. I think execution is the key for a lot of this stuff. Like you can buy any university you want. You can buy any course you want, go to any convention, but if you don't act on something you learned, nothing happens. And it's why some of us keep moving forward and some of us stay stagnant, is because you move forward. Whether you use our team or anybody, it doesn't matter. But my point being, you got to get an execution plan. And as a C-level or whatever, sometimes I'd rather give the green light and be like, okay, do that. Like our university, I was like, okay, you guys do that. I love the idea. I love the concept. I love hitting the Spanish market. I love getting everyone involved in filming and not just me. But if I have to sit here and direct it, cut it, edit it, brand it, like
Yeah.
I just don't have the time, So that's the thing, like getting executed, handing it off to the right people.
And I heard you say something, because with somebody like you already have a team of people who's multi-talented.
Yeah.
How do you choose when to just keep somebody on payroll for your ideas and when to bring them on as an actual partner? Like,
So-
how do you decide that?
I'm scared of partners. I'll be honest. I'm a bad partner. It's not because of them. It's because of me. I'm the Mr. like, let's go left today. And then tomorrow I wake up and I want to go right. I'm going
Yeah.
right. Don't question me. Just go right with me, Don't ask. You in for the ride,
Yeah.
Um,
You knew what you were getting into.
yeah. So it's been hard. But what I did now was I got a lot of confidence in one department and one young lady in particular. And I decided, I was like, you know what? I think for all of us, we always look to see where we're going to grow. So whether it's a raise, whether it's a vacation, whether it's, ownership or whatever, there's different things that motivate us to keep pushing. And I have someone who's invested her time and her equity, like in the sense of her sweat equity as an owner. And I've been told by multiple people that are like, man, don't lose her. Don't, like, that girl is da da da. So I was like, you know what? I feel she's there and she's stuck through with me a lot. And I'm comfortable breaking off the marketing part because it's still being established. And I still have my boss up and I can do that, but the marketing part I split up allows her to do it. But it's not easy, man. Some people jump to partnership too soon. I think you'd go with a profit share, and then you do some milestones and you say, okay, of the profit share, you're going to convert it into ownership percentage as you hit this milestone, that milestone,
So it sounds like somebody, if they see that they got that person in their team, don't just give them straight partnership, because sometimes the psychology of ownership for some people, then you see another side of them.
And it could be a problem. We don't know what to give, man. We don't know what to give, what not to. If you get here or there, you invested your time. Startups are easier because you're starting from zero. That might be different, but otherwise, like phantom equity, like basically saying, hey, Rand, you know what? I'm going to pay you 20% of profits. We're going to pay it quarterly. We're on a quarter behind. But here's what I want to do. I want to get you to own 3% of the business this year, 4% of the business, 8% of the business. But to do it, I want you to get to establish your milestones, right? That gives you time to actually let them act the part and see if they're actually the part. Because some people just, it's kind of like, I made it. I got nowhere to go, and it's like, and it's like, no, you got 20% of what? 20% of crap or 20% of something. That's kind of my method. Profit shares with employees is okay. We actually do, like in departments where certain jobs pay out a percentage of the work to the staff. So it motivates them as well. But you got to keep, it's not manipulation, it's life, the way we were raised. I mean, think about when we grew up. I use the example of Disney. A lot of children, when they grew up, it was, be good, we're going to go to Disney this summer, and we're going to do Disney if you get good grades, and we're going to do Disney if you do this. So we dangle Disney in front of kids. But like when you mentioned the Pavlov theory, we've created this idea of we need something dangled in front of us to push forward. So what are you dangling in front of your employees? Come back for Friday for a check? It's not dangling something, dude. You gotta do that company party. You got to do that trip. You got to do that bonus. You got to do that whatever. And by the time you deliver whatever you were dangling, you want to start dangling the next item, because if you don't, they drop off because they're like, oh, we got that prize. Now it's time to check out. You got to start being like, oh, you're already vested into that other prize coming up. It's called the golden handcuffs if you ever study, art of employment, but super important to keep those golden handcuffs on. It's nothing bad. It's known. It's just, I value you where I've thought of what I'm going to take to incentivize you going on and on versus, yeah, I'm just doing it to, like, you're about to quit this week, so I dangle the shit in front of you. No, man, think about it long term and build it. And,
oh yeah, one of my favorite TV shows, The Prophet. That's what it seemed like what he used to do. He didn't do it every time, but sometimes he would come into a business where there was a long-term employee that was a critical part component of the business model. And that's when he would say, all right, I think this person should get some equity. And sometimes you would see the owners give a little pushback, right? Until he started, explaining more and more, like, do you see how your business model is structured? Do you see the sweat equity that this person put in? If you want if you want to be a business owner instead of self-employed, like you say, sometimes you got to give a little to get a lot. That's what it seems like he meant, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that. Honestly, there's no right answer because the other problem is like we're humans, so you have to decide what motivates you. I have some people here that I can motivate with a title. I have some people that it's about me taking them out after work on a Thursday where we go out and grab a drink for happy hour. I have some people that get motivated by me helping them with their education. So you got to find it. And I think that's the bad and the good part about small business. I can be like, what does Rand want specifically? Like let's not boiler template this whole, this is what it is for the entire company. You need some of that too. But sometimes just like, hey, Rand, what do you need? Okay, you got that broke ass car and you're looking for a new car. I'll tell you what, we hit this stage and this stage, I'll help you with the down payment. That's more motivating to you. Or maybe I'll co-sign for you. Or maybe I don't recommend co-signing, but you can do different. That'll get you in trouble. Yeah. but those kind of things, like figuring out what it is for you specifically, like, oh, your kid's wants to go to private school and you don't have the money. Okay. Or it comes down to money, but I think it comes down to the way you present the money in different ways. Title, ownership, etc. People like those things. Days off, just giving somebody, hey, end of year, easy bonus to give away. Anyone who can't afford giving a bonus, I'll tell you a bonus to give away. 2, 3, 5 vacation days a year. Can't use them more than 2 at a time consecutively. Got to give me a 3-week notice before you use them. Dude, it costs you nothing, and people use those days.
And they get a long weekend whenever they feel, stressed out, I guess.
Well, cool thing about me here, dude, we work a 4-day work week. We don't do 5 days. That's
man, that's what they do over in that's what they do over in Madrid, ain't it? What you taking on the Madrid business model?
That's a little boss business working 5 days, dude. You know how amazing that was for us when we switched. So our answering service is 24/7, 365. Like there's somebody there for that. But the office, the higher levels, when we switched to a 4-day work week, we work an hour extra a day. You stay focused, you're already in the loop. It works great. When you hit that weekend, man, you know how cool it is for people to be like, oh, we want to do something tomorrow. And I was like, oh yeah, after work, they're like, oh, I don't have work. Or I can plan that trip and I don't need to request the weekend off. I actually have an extra day for my travel to the beach, right? And it's become kind of like a factor that other companies around me can't give these people. So what happens is you have this added advantage. And what did it cost me? I mean, I'm losing about a half a day because they're making up an hour a day. And we do make them come in one Friday a month. So we say one Friday is training day. Put your computers, your phones to the side. We're going to buckle in. We're going to train. And we're going to work anywhere from half to full day and get out. But since we did that, morale went up. Retention went up. Me, myself, dude, I love it because, look, you go out, you have a little fun on Thursday or something. Friday, you still can recover. Saturday is your rest. Sunday is kind of your, I still have an extra day. Wow, I can actually sit and maybe get some shit done around the house. Amazing to switch to a 4-day work week. If you can afford to do it, I highly, highly recommend it. It doesn't work for every business, but it does work if you plan it.
So you give away all your best stuff for free because I learned this from you at a conference that you were speaking at. You said record yourself training one of your team members and then play that recording for the next team member so you don't have to keep doing it over and over again. Why you give away everything for free, man? Like, why do you make everybody's company better? Doesn't that make more competition for you?
I say that, but here's the thing. If grandma gives you the recipes to bake her cookies, doesn't mean you can bake her cookies. You know, so like it'll sit there on your shelf and be like, I should do that. I should do that. You know what? I'd just rather call grandma. So it's kind of, I don't want to be compared to grandma here, but, but my point being, honest, like you can give people stuff and it just doesn't work. I've had tools that I give, like the 2 big tools I use a lot in the industry. Everyone knows Loom. I use the crap out of Loom. I think I told you about it. Training for that, videos, super, super great tool. Organizes your stuff. Even when we did our university, we went back in that Loom library and I have thousands of videos now in there. we found
So
some
why is
gold.
Loom better than the other services that do it? What have you noticed is their differentiator?
Ease of functionality. I mean, there's not a lot that did what Loom did when they did it, because they allowed you to screen record, make it comfortable, put it in the cloud, and instead of sharing a file, sharing a link. A lot of things share files, not links, which means I got to download, I got to like store it somewhere, I got to watch it. Loom made it easy with that. Sharing became very easy with it. It's reasonably inexpensive. And you can collaborate with your team. I actually do now my team meetings. We do where I'll record a meeting just like this. I'll be like, hey guys, today we're rolling this out and da 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 da. Here's what you need to know. And I'll record my screen. And then I'll have them, instead of me running the meeting, watch the video. That way, if somebody's absent, somebody's not here, they can also watch it. But then afterwards, do a Q&A that's live. What that does for them is forces them to pay attention. But also, sometimes when you speak, people don't remember. So they got to watch that video 3 times, 5 times, 8 times. And that's okay if they take the initiative to do it and know it. But, we get up there, we're like, man, Rand, I explained this to you. Are you just stupid? And that's kind of the attitude a lot of guys in the industry have. And not just this industry, a lot of industries is like, man, I already showed you. There was a whole course. Did you miss it? Did you not pay attention? This way it's all recorded, man. And then if you hire somebody tomorrow and you want them to learn, guess what? I don't have to go through training it. I can just be like, hey, remember to teach her that video about ClickUp. Remember to do that. Saves you a fortune of time, dude. The one thing you can't replace is time. And I think that tool, another tool that I'll tell you if you haven't tried it, is called Scribe. Scribe is super cool. So I learned, although I love video and I'll swear by it, not everyone learns by video. Some people learn by, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, like that. Well, Scribe, if you go there and get it, Scribe, you can make a process very quickly. Like for example, entering a lead. I just enter a lead. I don't need to talk. Every time I click, it's taking a screenshot and it turns it into a SOP. So you can build your SOP super fast, how to use your system. Now you take a video and Scribe and you put them together, supercharged. Like you have the best SOP ever.
So it sounds like you're saying you cut on Scribe on your computer and then you go to any URL and start clicking and it'll take screenshots as you click.
Yep. So what I would do, I can actually show you here. I think I can do this. Let me see if I can share a screen real quick. I think it might ask you, but let me see. Let me know if you can see my screen. I think I did it right. It says, there you go. So we're looking at each other, but if I go like that, I don't know, you'll have to see that. But see, these are my scribes. But if I go into a process, let's just say verifying your domain, right? Here's a process. Like I click there, click here, click here, click here, click here. You see what I'm saying? It's super easy because I'm literally giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the way it's done, if I was in some sort of, I should go to something that's not personal. Let's just go to workplace. Right here, we'll go to my internal workplace. If I'm here and I want to train you how to do this, I hit this little button. I say start scribe, and it's capturing my screen. So I'm going to say to get to a group, click here, hit this plus button and hit this camera button. Right now I'm done. I hit end. So let's end that scribe. I'm just going to show you how super easy this is. This is my workflow for what we just did. Right?
Yeah.
Now that coupled with the video, now you can go in here and edit some stuff because you want to change stuff, or maybe there's some information here you don't want to share, so you can go in and you can actually blur it out and stuff like that. There's different functions. But the cool part is what happens is, let me stop that share. But what happens is you build your library real quick. So if you have a process you want someone to do and you're frustrated about training them, make a Loom and a Scribe at the same time. That's how I do it. And then I have someone edit the Scribe using my Loom to make the words make sense. Because sometimes, it says press this button and it doesn't capture all what it needs to say. Then I put in my warnings and alerts and tips in there just to kind of help out. And then if you have people ask questions on the Scribe, if somebody asks a question more than once, if it's the same question comes up, that you didn't do a good part training that. So just slide in another slide for that part, or maybe put in a little image and a bullet point. Just say, oh yeah, hey guys, by the way, one thing to make sure of when you're doing this, you got to use Chrome. Don't use Internet Explorer. It won't work, or whatever that might be, super cool stuff. But 2 great tools, man. Every time I work with a business, I teach them those 2 tools and they're available for relatively inexpensive. And I'm like, dude, you do this my staff here can help you because there's no problem at all for us to follow instructions. And you literally built a manual for your business. Janique's walking by.
Nah, that's perfect. Nah, I'm gonna borrow all that from you. And
There you
one
go.
more thing before, because I know you're busy, and I'm gonna let you go. One more thing.
Next time.
Do you not have a preferred vendor to where you can send the video and it transcribes it into words? Is that not something that y'all do?
So the one that I found working pretty good right now. So Loom is transcribing now. It does a decent job, and
Wow.
it'll actually get rid of your uhs and ums. Something super cool for guys like us that are speaking a lot.
Yeah.
Record yourself and see how many uhs and ums you use.
Man, it's terrible, man. That's traumatic, man. Don't remind me of that.
No, man, I've gotten so good because I've been tracking them. Like I did what was it, a 90-minute deal, and I think I had like 12 filler words, which
Uh-huh.
I had somebody else do 90 minutes and they have like 80 filler words, right? Like you know, all that stuff, right? So you get better and better at it. But I like Loom for it, but also there's a tool called Descript.
Descript.
Descript is really cool. It's a video editing software. I think it does a far better job of the clipping and editing. But Loom's getting up there. They're literally like, it's not bad, but you notice a little like Max Headroom, if you remember what that was, like you notice a little like glitch when they cut out a word.
How do you spell Descript?
DE script. David Edwards script. Descript. Super cool tool. Works amazing. And actually you can change a word. So let's say I said, okay, so you know the word negotiation when you're not a PA might be a bad word, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we want to substitute that with supporting. You can actually go in the script, erase negotiating, type support, and it'll take your voice and kind of create that word at that point. It's super cool.
Man, AI is crazy.
Yeah.
AI is crazy. Hey, man. Hey, but
Asians and Indians, man. AI, you got to love us.
Hey, Lateef, man. Hey, I appreciate it, man.
No worries, man.
I'm gonna cut this video like 10 times, man. You share so much knowledge. I'm getting my content game. I'm trying to be a bit more consistent. So thank you for letting me test this out.
Anytime you need it, let me know. And then, like I said, I actually do exactly what I say as far as like I love training and giving away education. You know, that way, like the more educated you are, the easier it is for us to work together. You know, you learn the tools of the trade, man. Life becomes easy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send you Danny's TikTok. I don't know if you're familiar with him. I'm gonna send you his TikTok so you can check him out. But that once I touch bases with you and y'all are gonna be in the office, that's who I want to bring with me, and we're gonna do our content content creation thing in the office of
It'll be
Boss
super
Up.
cool. You know, if you guys haven't messed around with AI stuff, I've been messing the crap out of this open AI stuff, right? But if you go to the Facebook page for Boss Up Solutions and you put a little asterisk, you know, the star symbol, and you ask a question about like policy or about like construction or whatever, check it out. It's beta, but it'll actually talk to you back. The AI will be like, oh, the reason to get ice and water in your zone is blah, blah, blah. And it'll cite the code and everything. It's super cool. I've just been messing around with how we integrate with our business. So instead of like ChatGPT, you go type it and it'll give you some sort of generic answer, but it's not very detailed. Mine, we're training, we're dumping the code in there, we're dumping the language in there, I'm grabbing content, I'm dumping all the stuff in. So it's kind of cool. But if you get a chance, beta it, just go to Facebook on that chat. The only thing it'll do is the first time it might say, hey, I don't have your phone number registered. It needs that. The way it works in our system to make it work. But like once that happens, it creates a contact for you and then it'll start chatting back and forth with you. It's super cool.
Yeah, that's real good because it's
and you cut out. I think Ran out of minutes. Ran out of minutes. All right, Ran. I don't know if it's me or you, but I lost you. Peace out. Love you. We'll talk soon. All right.